why use Google Analytics in the first place? Google Analytics is a vital part of every healthcare marketer's toolkit. Marketers need visibility throughout the digital journey. And the great news is that GA is used by 4 out of 5 healthcare brands, specifically because it was built to illuminate the full customer journey from top to bottom. So as you can see from this in this funnel over here on the left, it illuminates, which marketing channels worked, how frictionless was a site experience, what is the customer lifetime value of time over time. And as you see on the right here, ultimately this enables a marketer to be able to fine-tune all of these different ingredients for different audiences, everything from which channel to which audience to which landing page and which form experience. Google Analytics 3, also known as Universal Analytics, was built 10 years ago for a much simpler era of measurement landscape. The last 8 years have seen a ramp up in complexity. On the one hand, you've seen more and more browsers deprecating third-party cookies. And then side by side with that, you've also seen privacy legislation dialing up. And meanwhile, we've seen more and more consumers using multiple devices for their journeys. So altogether, now that that healthcare challenge of being able to identify that same oncology physician across multiple sessions, multiple devices, has got much harder. And it's going to get even harder in 2024 when Chrome, which represents 65% of browser market share, is going to become the next major browser, which also deprecates cookies.
How can we save our universal analytics data?
We've actually helped dozens of brands with extracting the right type of data views. So what it requires is a very top to bottom approach. And if you do nothing, the reality is that you are going to lose your historic data after July 1st, 2024. So in order to be able to help you preserve your year-in-year views, we work with you to prioritize what those main principal views are. And then we extract it out and we house it in dashboards. And also the best part of this is that we also have the ability to blend this with ongoing and future data so that you can see historic data, current data, and future data all in one view. And we work with multiple dashboard solutions. We work with Looker Studio, but also, if your tool is Tableau, we also work with that tool as well.
And as you all know by now, the UA sunset date for all standard properties, all the non-360 ones, is definitely looming on the horizon. So actually, maybe more like the fourth cloud in the sky. It's coming a lot faster than you think. So on July 1st, standard properties will stop processing new hits, and users will still retain read-only access for the next 12 months. And in next year, July 1st, 2024, GA360 properties will stop processing new hits, and all historical UA data will no longer be available. So definitely now is the time to lay the groundwork for your future measurement strategy with GA4. Don't let a hiccup in data collection, or even worse, permanent data losses kind of hamper your measurement experience. So we built this next generation of GA from the ground up to enable modern marketers to be nimble, but also tactical, strategically working across our evolving measurement ecosystem in a privacy-centric and scalable way. So we've got 3 main pillars to kind of steer us in that right direction. First off, to kind of lead everything here is the collect and enrich first-party data in a privacy-safe way, right? We developed a flexible data infrastructure that allows cross-device and first-party data to come together to show the true customer journey. Next, we can derive powerful business insights. So with things like enhanced reporting capabilities and customizations, we're enabling businesses to better understand their performance. So AI and machine learning is the hot topics these days, but ultimately it's a very fundamental piece of our technology and can be used to kind of automate and facilitate the discovery of insights. So let us work for you and make things easier for you wherever we can. And number 3, take action on your data. So continue to activate on insights and first-party audiences across channels by leveraging a lot of the direct integrations to the Google Marketing Platform suite of products to continue to optimize your spend and increase ROI wherever you need fit.
So as far as audience journey, we've seen firsthand a lot of deficiencies with Universal Analytics over the years. Firstly, we've been seeing pretty much every user today looks like a new user, and that's just because Universal Analytics is not really equipped to be able to unify the disparate journeys. And as we'll see in the next slides, GA4 was built with consolidated data streams from a website app to address that. Another thing is also GA3, you're running into a wall with the reporting. Reporting is mostly predefined. There's very limited malleability, being able to kind of customize, drill down, build filters. There's only so much you could do. Another thing is, segmentation, which is a huge thing for any analyst, is limited. You can only build segments based on the visitor or based on the session. But let's say if you're trying to figure out that patient lead form and why are folks dropping off from it, there's no way to actually build a segment specifically from folks that actually dropped off from it, or just specifically on the event of the drop off. The other thing also is the paid version is the only one which has audiences that you can share with Google Marketing Cloud. And then also there's no pre-built audiences. So in other words, if you want to see audiences which are most likely to convert in the next 30 days, that's not something that GA3 has. And then also, as far as data collection, there's some known capabilities over there which are missing. You're only able to capture limited scale and flexibility.
So in terms of the GA4 capabilities, let's dive a little bit deeper into how GA4 supports user journey visibility and the audience building here. So you see two columns, the first column in purple for user journey, and the second one with audience building in blue. So in terms of the flexible data model, with that, we're making it easier for you to kind of identify app and website data to easily gain a holistic view on user engagement, right? That doesn't stop there though. So let's kind of give you more cut data and more color on and value on your existing data by enriching with all the other first-party sources you may have, like from a CRM, a DMP, or DSP lifecycle stage data. We've built a variety of systems to make this easy for you to supplement or enrich and aggregate inside of that. If you're looking to take it up to the next level on your data collections, feel free to utilize server-side tracking. So not only does it improve cookie durability, but also allows a more persistent, full journey and tracking across your entire site or app. Secondly, now in terms of identity stitching, our reporting identity now combines 4 user identity spaces. So you've got the user ID, Google Signals, device ID, and even the modeled data that we create for you and join for you. So not only that, but along with enhanced conversions and our machine learning models. So you have plenty of data sources to play with. In this case, it's kind of like an identity salad, but we've got a variety of flavors here for all types of people and all types of use cases. And last but not least here, we've got data-driven attribution. Is kind of like our foundation these days, right? Data kind of powers a lot of the world. But in this case, we're now offering a wide variety of attribution models, from cross-channel linear models to AI data-driven models. And each can be changed on the fly and applied to both historic and future data. So flexibility, again, is key there to help you be nimble. Now, in terms of the audio, go ahead, Amanda.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, keep going. We'll finish this one and then we'll address a couple of questions that have come in.
Sure. Now, on the audience building front, there's a couple ways we're going about that. So, precision targeting or, more elaborate targeting or granular targeting is our goal here, right? There's a new multitude of ways to kind of identify and activate these audiences, not only from high value to low value audiences, but also even lookalike ones. Take advantage of some of our newer features like audience triggers, which we'll explore a bit later, but even the machine learning based predictive audiences to definitely streamline things like retargeting, like make us help you do the hard work. In terms of accelerating audience optimization through features like audience triggers, we can use this feature to identify events that accompany new visitors or by joining specific audience groups to continuously fine-tune a lot of those audience definitions. And finally, connectivity is key here, right? If it's essentially going to be like an audience party, you can share up to 400 audiences across the Google Marketing Platform. So plenty for you to experiment with, but also 20 for you to get really granular over all your types of users and how you want to measure them. And also gives you the flexibility to not only activate in a way that makes sense for you and your customers as well. Continuing with the kind of next sections on the GA4 capabilities here we're going to be focusing on privacy engineering and custom solutions. So in this case, on the privacy side, we've essentially created a variety of mechanisms to enable you to engineer kind of your own custom privacy journey based on location, based on region, based on regulations that are coming or may be coming in the future. So features like server-side tagging and consent mode are going to assist with facilitating data capture. Advanced PII controls and anonymized IP addresses, and the ability to deactivate Google Signals as a whole helps to facilitate with data collection. And last but not least, increase data retention abilities and redaction controls to facilitate a lot of the data management that you're going to be doing on behalf of your customers. Now, in terms of custom solutions, this is the part where it gets a bit more fun and exciting, right? We want to enable you to do the best you can on this front here, right? Some ways we're hoping to spark innovation is through the flexibility of these new custom reporting capabilities that we've built in there. So not only can you make your own reporting templates with some of the freeform features by dragging and dropping, but even expanding analysis with funnel and various path explorations. So kind of like the key question we had earlier about physicians versus patients, like these funnel exploration reports are going to be key to kind of identify what's happening across that user engagement there. Now, in terms of, maybe you have wanted to take this chance. This is your chance to kind of create your own machine learning models or create dashboards. Take advantage of the BigQuery integration that we offer to both GA4 standard as well as 360 users. Previously, a lot of these advanced features like this were mainly to 360, but now we're kind of leveling the playing field and giving everybody the chance to export your data and do some advanced analysis or advanced optimizations as you kind of see fit or want to explore. Now, at the end of the day, scale is what counts. So we've definitely increased our data collection caps to make sure that we're not limiting your ability to analyze and create. The limitations should be other things, but we want to give you the potential to maybe do the best with what you have available, especially in today's privacy journey.
Built into the UI, you can actually see, with audience building, there's multiple things that you could do. One is that, you can identify and manufacture new audiences. So, if you think about segmentation, now you could do the same thing with audiences. And the best part is now you could do this with a free version as well. You can, build new audiences. If there's audiences that work particularly good, you can build lookalike audiences. And then also, if there are audiences which have already converted with that lead form of yours, then you can also suppress it to try and improve your marketing efficiency. And I think one of the standout components over here is trigger events. Trigger events helps you fine-tune those audiences over time. So you can actually identify those signals before they become, the high-value audience category. And over time, you can really be able to finesse that audience definition. So as we saw in summary, so very notable deficiencies of GA3, as we think about the four main use cases for healthcare, user journey visibility, we're seeing a much more myopic picture of the audience. Audience building, there's limited capabilities of being able to actionize on those insights. Privacy engineering, you're definitely, leaving some risk over there because you're not able to really micromanage the data. IP addresses collected, which is not ideal. And then as far as being able to extract that data for modeling, there is limitations over there, not as much flexibility. And then as we look at the next slide, GA4 is really tailor built for all these use cases. With user journey visibility, you have, 4 active identity spaces working together. So, where with other analytics tools, you are, in this landscape, losing a lot of your visibility. Here, you're actually ending up with a better picture than before. And then also with audience building, there's pretty much no limits to being able to identify, cases. So as we look at this case for Luxia, you're trying to target towards leukemia patients, oncologists by journey stage. So, you could definitely look at that. And then as far as privacy engineering, we have robust controls, privacy engineering. As Derek mentioned, server-side. Server-side is actually a very I think it's an underrated mechanism. And for folks who are not familiar with what server-side is, it means that the data is not really intercepted through the browser. It's basically captured on the back end through Google Marketing Cloud and then sent through a remote arena to other tools. So, as a healthcare brand, this is much less risky because now you're not sending any data through the browsers. And then finally, with custom solution enablement, you're able to extract the data at high scale, be able to customize those models, and really be able to drive differentiation on an ongoing basis.
As far as what this implementation looks like, just to give you a little bit of rundown of our process at Resolute Digital, typically this process takes about 2 to 4 months, and we take a very top-down approach. We don't just come to you and say, what are you measuring now? Let's do a complete replicate of that forward. we really want to make sure that we're thinking about the strategic integrations, core measurement that we're trying to get a hold of, and the intelligence that we want to derive at every stage from discovery through delivery. So really setting up those use cases, defining the appropriate measurement framework, matching where you want to go forward with where you've gone back. So any of the GA3 historical reporting needs, and additionally how we back up again data for historical comparisons as we move you into GA4. We make sure there's a strategic roadmap of where we're going, that we're architecting solutions around that roadmap, really thinking about the data pipeline, the data sources, other channels that we're really wanting to concentrate on that will tell that full funnel, full journey story. We do integration and enrichment with the Google Marketing Cloud and other systems, whether that be your CRM system, CDPs, etc. All of the nitty-gritty data onboarding, tag rebuilding, data layer development, etc. And again, making sure that as we're putting this out or going through the delivery process, that we're continuing to do learning agendas and training for internal folks that are going to be utilizing this data. Maybe it's UI reporting that we need to go into or what have you. And that we're always thinking not only about ensuring that you're getting visibility to the right data, but how can we make this data meaningful for you from a reporting and visualization standpoint? We have tried and true reporting solutions and dashboard solutions that really take into account all of your owned and earned and paid efforts and give you a visibility and a way to really measure and report and derive insights far more quickly from all of the data that GA4 is enabling you to pull forth to fruition. A little bit more about Resolute Digital. Again, this conversation is far more about you and illustrating what GA4 is all about and what it can enable for you. But we really do recommend a tried and true partner to help you navigate your journey as it relates to GA4 migration and beyond. We are a part of the Interpublic Group family. And we hold a very distinguished status as one of the original Google Analytics sales partners dating back to 2009, not to age ourselves. We bring award-winning domain expertise in paid media, cross-channel analytics and optimization, SEO, design and development. Not only do we have extensive capabilities on the analytics and measurement front within Resolute Digital, we also have a beautiful extension within IPG where we can pull in our global analytics teams and partners to complement GA4 data with innovative data engineering solutions, data science and modeling, and really deliver data-informed, omni-channel, customer-informed experiences and customer-focused experiences. Again, mentioning the 2009 thing, obviously this illustrates for you the extensive amount of experience that we have. We have 100 plus individual certifications across the GMP and Google Cloud, and we've done over 100 plus complex Google Analytics implementations. Not to mention, beyond all of that information, we like to believe that we're just a fun-loving group of data nerds, as I've said before, that really want to bring the best to fruition that we possibly can. And to that point, we are uniquely positioned to deliver high-value GA4 tech services. We are not your run-of-the-mill come to us to do implementation. While we do have very extensive implementation capabilities that I unpacked a couple of slides ago, we also have highly mature business intelligence systems to showcase, as I mentioned, paid, owned, and earned channel and full journey performance stories. We bring a hypothesis-driven approach to our optimization efforts and really feed an ongoing learning process and agenda. Being a Google Analytics sales partner, we can also provide licensing support as well. All of this to say that we're really driving a lot of high value with GA4 because we're really rooted in high fidelity tracking. So we're really tailoring each brand's unique measurement strategy, customer journey, and priority business needs with how we're going to then activate that data. Driving impact through enabling precision audience targeting, business intelligence, and experience optimization, and really providing that holistic strategic partnership and impact. What are the benefits of the paid GA4 version, and how can we get it? The primary benefits of the premium version, or 360, is the guaranteed reliability with the 360 service level agreements, or SLAs, and elevated customer support of all the features such as collection, reporting, processing, attribution, and especially those BigQuery daily exports. As licensed sales partners, we can help you procure licenses on behalf of Google, and or help understand the level that you or your organization is and help you work through that process. So if in addition to any licensing support that you may need, which we can provide, we can also provide any consultation and address any additional questions that you may have around feature comparisons in more detail between standard and 360.
There are a couple of other ones. So one is, if you go with the free version, you only get a historic look back window of 14 months. If you go with the paid version, you get 50 months. So quite a big difference there. Another great thing is also in the previous iteration of Google Analytics, it was very binary. You either had the free version or the paid version. The good thing over here is that with GA4, there's actually different packages. So even if you are a medium-sized brand, there should be the right package for you out there. So we would love to chat with you about that.